What's up, guys? I'm going to be going over my Toyota brake upgrade for my 280Z. Now you can find info on this pretty much all over the internet. Videos, forum posts, whatever. I decided to go with the 4Runner upgrade with the ZX rotors, and that route is a little more complicated, and only so much so. And also the cost is a little higher because you're going to need a spacer. I'm going to be going over everything. All the parts to get this, shipping included, was about $250. Now I could have knocked off about $60 had I returned my cores for the new calipers or remanufactured calipers, but I decided to keep my Sumitomos. These still work, and figure why not keep it. I'll eat the $60, so that could be cheaper. First, we're gonna go over the calipers here. These are the 1989 Toyota 4Runner. You can tell by the stamp here, S12W. That's what you're gonna look for. I got a pair of these for $60. Add another 60 for the core, so that's 120 right there. You can immediately tell it is a lot larger than the stock ones. That said, the bolts are still exactly the same dimensions here. Put these side by side. Check that out. So yeah, these are heavier. Keep that in mind if you're, trying to seriously track your car. But I feel like the benefits outweigh it. And since the whole front suspension and brakes were off my car anyway, I opted for this. And for the same reason I opted for this instead of like the 79 4x4 Toyota, which uses the stock rotor. I said, why not go all the way for marginally more money? So again, we have the Toyota caliper here, and then you get the 1985 300ZX non-turbo rotor. To my knowledge, the turbo rotor is a 5-lug, and the non-turbo is a 4-lug, which accommodates us Z-car guys. You're going to see here the stock rotor. I mean, minus the rust, it's just a solid rotor, nothing to it. And then you see the ZX rotor here, vented, a lot more to it. Because I went this route, again, you need a spacer. There are more than one company who sells a spacer, but I see a lot of good things about T3, or Techno Toy Tuning. I went with this spacer here. If you're going to get that, keep in mind there's a 240 early 260 spacer and a late 260 280 spacer. Since I got a 280, I went with that. That has the proper depth here. This thing is extremely light, extremely precisely machined there. It feels amazing, and it's a shame that you really won't even see it. So that's going to space this here so it fits the proper dimensions for the caliper. I went with some Wagner brakes here for the Toyota calipers. These were like $5 and change on Rock Auto. It was a warehouse closeout, so why not, right? They're awesome. So that's pretty much it. I mean, also the T3 comes with hardware. Keep that in mind. This is what secures it to your setup there. Replaces the stock bolts, because with the spacer and the new rotor, you're gonna need a bit more threads there. So they hook you up, which is awesome. Pretty much just gonna cut to what it looks like on the car. So here's what it looks like set up. As you can immediately notice, I got my caliper painted red. Always wanted red calipers, now I got them. One thing to note, you are going to need to cut your dust shield or remove it. I opted to keep mine. You really don't need to cut much. Just a little bit there, a little bit there. I think it's worth keeping it, but you be the judge. When you're doing this, you might want to replace your wheel bearings. Mine were in pretty good shape, so I just repacked them. You can see the T3 spacer right here. That's going to offset it just enough for the Toyota caliper. Vented, so hopefully we have some more stopping power. I think it looks pretty damn cool for really not much money. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, you can use the stock brake lines here. They will fit, may require a little bending though. You also, it's probably recommended to upgrade your brake booster. Probably do a 280ZX one. But I've seen some posts saying the stock one does work fine, just with a little bit longer pedal travel. So do your research and get it done.